So they'll be calling you a radical. This is an important historic video as the Wattis curse is fucking struck on 8/8. So the nuclear disaster in Russia, the 8/8 nuclear disaster, has 1 year old today. Do you think that was a coincidence that Putin tested that SMR, nuclear energy, on Hiroshima Day? He tested, it was 8/8, you know, here in the U.S. of usury. 8/9. So, the Wattis curse is struck. This football team is loaded to the gills. This is the best roster in the history of this school, 100-year. The only football stadium that's named after a woman. Where'd she get all her money? Oh, the nuclear energy crimes did good. I mean, she dumped $1 billion into this endowment in the 70s, $500 million. So, the Wattis curse, that's who built the nuclear reactors at Fukushima, Japan, who were heavily involved in Utah, the bomb. I was spent all day yesterday out at the Enola Gay hangar in Utah. It was fantastic. You know, make it a gym, but this is the blackballing. So my grandson's out there. There's hardly anyone there. Fox News interviews my grandson. He did the most beautiful, God, he was good in that interview, right in front of the mock-up of the bomb. You know, the Enola Gay flew out of here. Spencer from Fox News tells my grandson right there, my grandson says, well, am I going to be on TV? And he says, you'll be on at 9 o'clock. Really? I promise you. Oh, no, they cropped it out. This is the blackballing of Kevin Blanche. Now, I did the play-by-play here, Weber State football last year. Got fired from a position that didn't pay. So, there's so much to talk about going on right now, you know. The artiste, you know, the artiste was hangered in Wendover. So is the Enola Gay. You know, so is the, you know, Imagine Dragons, radioactive. God, radioactive. The Lagan Dragon, not to be confused with those phony sellouts. They're Utah kids, Imagine Dragons. So all those B-29s were hangered in Utah. You know, the bomb was, they flew from here. You know, so many ties here, the Wattis curse. Built this city on nuclear waste. We built this city on nuclear deaths, smogged in Utah. Oh boy. You know, Marquardt, Dr. Marquardt, the stadium's named, not to be confused with the pilot Marquardt, or is it? You know, so the stadium is named Elizabeth D. Shaw, but the field is named Marquardt. You know, the pilot Marquardt flew. I interviewed his son yesterday. So let's see if we can flip this soup can. Do you think, I mean, so much going on. So the Wattis curse is real. The football season has been canceled. Josh Davis going to break every record. I mean, unbelievable roster they had. Preseason #1 in the country ranked. Loaded. I'm telling you, there's a curse. You don't believe me there's a curse on this university? Ask Damian Lillard. Did he ever play in a tournament? Up by 22 points at halftime in the Big Sky Championship game. With Damian Lillard on the floor. How do you lose? Oh, they lost. Johnson from Montana. Never missed a free throw, never missed a field goal the entire game. Said after the game, I had an out-of-body experience. The place has got a curse on it. Dr. Hanley donated his brain, you know. How about the young man, number 25, died in a jail cell, the all-time leading rusher in the history of the school. You see his name up there? Oh, hell no, yeah, beat to death here. Yeah. White boy from same place Josh Davis, you know. So, the Wattis, I mean, this corrupt, not a snowball's chance in hell. Bruce, I was standing next to Bruce Handley when he did that interview, was when they talked at the most corrupt football program. It's the most corrupt university. Oh, it's right up there, but it's in the most corrupt city in the country, bar none. Weber County, Utah, it doesn't get more corrupt. But Jay Hill rolls in and turns this whole corrupt cabal around. This team's good. It's not corrupt. I mean, the boosters are still a bunch of corrupt bastards. You know, the hierarchy of the school's corrupt as hell. You know, sold off our radio signal. You sit right there. They sold it off. You know, fired Kevin Blanche for exposing the stealing of money the radio station was doing by faculty. The university's racist as hell. Bet the Waters curse strikes again. They've never won a championship in football, basketball in the history. Well, I take it back. They won in 1960. That was a JC basketball, but the Waters curse. So the 8/8 nuclear disaster, SMR, it was all being funded in Utah. You know, they're paying for it. SMR blows up in Russia. You know, I'm the one that named it the 8/8 disaster. So, Boxcar, the Lagging Dragon, the Enola Gay, the great artiste on Warhol's birthday. All of those planes hangared in Wendover, Utah, in Utah. Flown out. Boxcar, Nagasaki. Now remember, and I'll do a piece at Memorial Nagasaki. Nagasaki was not the destination, and it's always reported, like even Jim said, oh, it was just cloudy. I don't know, that wasn't cloudy. It was smoky. It's just like here. They'll say, oh, this dirty air, the KSL will call it haze. This is the panty painter guy. They couldn't do it because it was cloudy. No, it was smoky from fire bombs. I mean, you think about it. I will quote Hoover. Yeah, the right-winger Hoover. After the bomb. Never in the history of warfare, in the history of mankind, has any military indiscretionally mass murdered women and children. It revolts my soul. Kevin Blanche, it revolts my soul on Balco. Hirohito lived in Manhattan until he was 84 years old, 24 years, you know. Yoko Ono's cousin. Anti-neo Yoko Dadaism. On Warhol's birthday it was. That would be Little Boy. They went from Little Boy to this fat man. And this is a fat, bloated fucking man. Fat pig. You know, Weber State, you know, the NCAA fucking slave owner league. Fuck the NCAA. Fuck them. Fuck Weber State, too, everything they've done to me. Crooked fuckers. But I love their football program. They're young athletes. Jay Hill's done a fantastic job. Let's see if we can get this right. Football season canceled. Purple and white, Kev. You got to get better with that left. Best player in the history is a lefty here in basketball. Sorry, Damien, we love you, but you ain't Jerry Carding here. Of course, Jerry Carding ain't you in the NBA, but we'll see. God, that one almost landed on my head. Fumble. Come on, Kev. Stay at it, brother. By the way, cancer. Play back the tape. I never missed the can one time when I had cancer. Not one out of thousands online. So, Boxcar. Enola Gay. The Lagging Dragon, not to be confused with the Cell Automatic radioactive. Boxcar. The great artiste. The killer in you is the killer in me. Here's what I say to the nuclear. Oh, by the way, Bill Gates, there's a great article posted in here about Bill Eugenics fucking mass. He stole We're Perfect here, you know. We're Perfect was invented here by Alan Ashton and Bruce Bastian in the band. They were in the band. Yeah, that's where they met. We're Perfect. He stole it. There's a great article on him colluding with the Chinese. Wish I've been saying that for years. I've known that for years. There's a picture of me in the Water School of Business with Warren Buffett and Bill Gates with his arms around me playing golf. Yeah, that's right, in the 90s. That's who stole our school business. We went from the #1 school business at this university, when I taught here, #1 in the country via the testing, to dead last. Chinese, Bill Gates, and I'm not kidding. And by the way, Charles Lieber has been pled not guilty. What about the Wuhan lab and Charles Lieber and the ties to here? The ties right here. Gates, Buffett stole our school business, turned it into Chinese. For real, we go from rank 1 to last. Because the nuclear industry owns this fucking school. Stand up to them, see if you don't get blackballed. Operation Foxconn News lies to my grandson. This is the arrogance of the nuclear industry. This is the reactor. The guy who used to wear this shirt, oh, he's fucking dead. Speaking of dead, 94, the strike. Tony Gwynn was going to bat 400. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. probably would have hit, God, oh, how many homers? How about the Montreal Expos? Est-ce que vous parlez français? He's dead, Tony. He was a gem. So the water's curse. Let's try this one more time. The Imagine Dragon, the Lagging Dragon. Oh yeah. You know, like, hey. Boxcar. The great artiste. Good. Stand tuning. The water's curse is very real. Radioactive. Radioactive.